I had that equipment left over. That's when I turned it into the DJ business and then started upgrading and improving from there. So it's like you wanted to be an entrepreneur, but you fell into
Uh,
it. It's the door's
wow.
going to open, but you have to walk through it.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
And then, Chris, it's very common, actually, what I was sharing with you before we started the broadcast, that every entrepreneurs, they are, when they have their first business, they're very product focused, right?
Mhm.
They invented the product, and they are in love with the product, and they go out and they try to sell the product, and this is where a big challenge start, because out of the 500 millionaires that we interview in this broadcast, still no one had come yet to tell me, Harry, the product that I invented, exactly how I created, the people bought it exactly like that. I'm still waiting for somebody to come and tell me this story. Unfortunately, it hasn't happened. It hasn't worked out
Yes.
like that yet. So yeah, you have a product, but now you have to start to market that product, to listen to your clients, and it's actually the clients who polish these products for you, to what we call it, making your product market fit, which is the very backbone of this broadcast, 5 steps how to make your first million. So when you sell your first million, there is an indicator, in my opinion, that your product is market fit. Someone is buying it, because otherwise you want to achieve 1 million in sale. However, second times founders, um, whether they have two paths. When they start marketing business, and it happened in this broadcast, a lot of people from a lot of marketing companies that have come to this broadcast, they are former entrepreneurs. Or the second type of entrepreneur that we see is that these entrepreneurs that are doing the second business, they, even before they have a product, they don't start for the product, they start for the marketing. What type of how they're gonna market the product. They start to ask the people if they're gonna like this product, and in what form they want to buy it. And once they have this feedback, then they develop the product, which is completely different of the dynamic. So basically, and by the way, I haven't found any millionaire in this broadcast that tell me that they hate marketing. No, even one yet. Yeah. when you can't become a millionaire if you hate marketing. There's no way. It doesn't work like you have to. That's actually in the path. If you really want to become a millionaire, get very good at marketing. That will give you ahead big time. So um so my question to you is, um why why do you think that first time entrepreneurs don't take sales and marketing seriously? And what we saw in the pandemic, for example, that a lot of people, when COVID came, a lot of people decide to reduce the marketing budget, and to the cuts, where it was totally the opposite. You had to put the foot in the gas, because this Facebook and YouTube, the pay per click is a bidding process, so is everybody is pulling out. Now it's cheaper. you you should add more, and not reduce the budget. So why do you think that first-time entrepreneurs, and with your own experience, don't take marketing so serious as second-time entrepreneurs?
Absolutely. Well, I think for a lot of first-time entrepreneurs, there's a lack of clarity and direction. They haven't been through this yet to know, to be confident in what's going to work or what isn't going to
And
work.
what is
And
important and what is not?
yeah, exactly. And they
And
think
what
that
is
just
an
by simply,
overhead and what is an investment? Because
right.
marketing is an investment, it's not an overhead, in my
Yes, yes. And
opinion. In
there's
my opinion, yeah.
absolutely. And I always like to invest in myself. So the marketing that I can control, the channels and the audience that I can control is more valuable to me than giving money away to maybe a Google ads or a directory listing service. Those can be great. And I built my wedding DJ business on that, but that was coupled with great search engine optimization. I wanted to focus on the organic lead generation. And that's not just good for the top of funnel, but it's also great for the middle and end of funnel too, because a lot of our blogs focused on the wedding planning, on the music selection, what your DJ wants you to know about your wedding planning. So now that nurtures our current clients, but also it can be sent out to our prospects in our leads saying, hey, rather than an email saying, why haven't you bought from us yet? We now say, we thought this blog article would be a great resource for you while you plan your wedding. Now we become top of mind and we're nurturing that buyer's experience now. But for a lot of entrepreneurs, they lack the clarity and direction. There's so many options to them. Do I try Facebook ads? Do I do Google? Should I try SEO? Should I go to a networking event? And when they don't see immediate results, they can get discouraged. When you're in a B2B focused mindset, this is a decision process that takes between 8 to 15 months, especially if you're on a mid to higher ticket offer. When your price point is different, that's when you can look at different channels on presenting your solution in a different way. One great way that is really, really scaling a lot of businesses right now is a story-driven message on a Facebook ad. Okay. If you're going to run Facebook or LinkedIn, go for a story-driven experience instead of, hey, we want to tell you how great this product is, or here's the features and benefits. No, tell them a story about a real client or a lead who actually used your product or service. That story can become the messaging for a lot of your communication going forward. So here's this hidden pile of gold, and it's called your current client success stories. And using and leveraging that can help scale your business beyond, and it sends a message that resonates differently with the audience. So that's definitely my suggestion if you're really trying to go for this. But second time entrepreneurs have been through it already. We've seen what we threw money away on. We saw where we saw a positive return on investment, and we're just using that past experience to go full throttle on the next idea because we're much more confident seeing what has or hasn't worked before.
So, Chris, do you knew that you're gonna be an entrepreneur and you want to be entrepreneur of your life, or kind of happened by accident? Like to me, for example, that I have my first business was in property. We managed to sell over 5 million, and but how I started the business, you see, I have a problem. I want to save the money for the rent. So then I rent the property, and then I was renting out the rooms, and now I don't pay rent. So now I'm saving money for myself. And then I start then I say, how about if I take another house? And then I'm like that, trying to solve the problem for myself. And after I start to solve problems from my friends and the people around me, and wow, now I'm in business, which I always knew that all entrepreneurs, we always have something that we know that we can do better, this little bit of ego hidden somewhere
Yes.
there, that when we say, when I have a chance, I'm gonna go for it big time, and you're just waiting. But so what's your story? Do you really wanted to be an entrepreneur of your life, or kind of happen like accidents, saying like me, and it's what you become? Do you have an
It was
entrepreneur in your family?
technically not really. My dad did own a bar for maybe 5 years, but I was so young I didn't remember this, and he owned the building that it was in. So, but he sold that I think after 10 or 15 years. So I never really got that, trickle down
Mm-hmm.
experience from entrepreneurship. But I felt like I didn't like the entire 9 to 5 lifestyle, and uh, the misconception was always that you would need to have a degree in order to advance, and
You went
they would give you
opposite 9 to 5.
yeah.
You were working in the evening, yes, and the
Yeah, I
weekends.
know. Yeah, I don't like the mornings, and that's why. But it was me working the 9 to 5s, and I couldn't pay my bills fully. I only had so much left in my bank account, and this was not the life that I wanted. I always wanted to be an entrepreneur, or at least couldn't help but see opportunities everywhere. And how I got into it kind of let itself the door opened, and it was up to us to go through it. My boss's boss at the time said, "Do you still have your equipment from the band days, the sound and the lights?" And I said, "Yes, I do." She said, "Great, my friend is getting married. We have a laptop with music. Just bring your speakers and your lights. Can you play DJ for us and maybe a couple announcements?" So I was like, "Sure, that's great." I did that event. It turned
So
out
where do you
great.
have these lights? Where these lights? You bought them for what? For as
Oh
a hobby,
yeah,
or?
so this was originally for my band in high school. I played in a band in
Ah,
high school,
I
and
can see the guitar in your background.
yeah,
Yeah. So you play guitar
yeah.
then?
And that the first entrepreneurship opportunity actually sparked open while I was in the band in high school. I was working at a pizza restaurant. The pizza restaurant, the dining room was struggling. No one wanted to dine in and eat food. This was around 2007, 2008. So it was a tough economic time. I found a creative solution. Our band was looking for a place to play music, and the pizza restaurant would have benefited from having some more customers. So we put on live shows at this pizza restaurant, and we
Wow.
made almost $1,000 each evening. And the owner was
Wow.
impressed
Happy.
and surprised. Yeah, we
Ah.
charged $10 a ticket. It included all you can eat pizza buffet. And obviously, what goes better than music and pizza? This is what the high school kids wanted. So we were creating this new opportunity. So that went fantastic. And that was my real taste of entrepreneurship,
Oh,
which then
wow.
translated. I had that equipment left over. That's when I turned it into the DJ business and then started upgrading and improving from there. So it's like you wanted to be an entrepreneur, but you fell
And,
into it. It's the door's going to open, but you have to walk through it.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.